Example number 1. Again, the height of 2,540 CSA students is normally distributed with the average height of 165 centimeters and the standard deviation of 3.2 centimeters. Number 1. I want you to identify or to find the percentage of CCA students that are taller, taller than gyrus height. I remember gyrus height is 170 centimeters. But I cannot use the same z-score a while ago, no, since again, we have a different value of our standard deviation. Okay, so we will recompute the z-score of 170. Okay, again, I want you to find the percentage of CCA students taller than 170 centimeters. What we know is that 50% are taller than 165 centimeters. At the same time, another 50% is of the distribution are shorter than 165 centimeters. Kasi we know that the mean, median, and the mode are of equal measures. But what we have here is 170 centimeters. Okay, 170 centimeters. How can we find the percentage then? Okay, I'll show you the step-by-step process. First is the conversion. Like conversion. The conversion of the raw score, I should say, the raw score into the z-score. Okay, you may use your calculator. Again, we'll convert 170 into the z-score. Using your calculator, what is the z-score of 170?
1.56 po.
1.56. So this time, gyrus height, or 170 centimeters, is 1.56 standard deviation above the mean, above 165 centimeters. Next, after the conversion, I want you to illustrate the problem. I want you to illustrate the problem. Okay? And shade. You'll need to shade the unknown region of your normal curve. So how is that? Going back to our normal curves here. Normal curve. Wait lang. Let me delete this. Okay. Here. So 170 is again 1.56, somewhere between 1 and 2. Positive 1 and positive 2, right? So 156 is somewhere here. 1.56. And that is 170 centimeters. 170 centimeters. This time, we'll decide which side of this, of 1.56 or 170, we are going to shade. Okay, take note, no? We are looking for taller than 170 centimeters. Therefore, we are looking for the percentage of CSA students whose height are taller. Take note, taller is greater. Tama? Taller than is greater than. Okay? So, the percentage of CSA students whose height is greater than 170 centimeters. So with this, you can easily identify which side of your z-score, of your raw score here, you are going to shade. Kung greater than, then you should be shading the right side. If this is less than, then you should be shading the left side of your raw score. So in this case, we are going to shade, I'll be using different colors na, no? We are going to shade the right side of 170. So this is the unknown region. This is the proportion of CSA students who are taller than 170 centimeters. Question so far?
None, sir.
Okay, none. Now, we are not to stop here. We are not done with our illustration yet. Kasi we need to specify the area muna, the area under the normal curve. Again, we already knew that from the mean, from 165 to our tallest student, this is already 0.5. This is already half of the distribution. Okay? So how can we possibly determine this shaded region or this part of the half? Okay? This time, I want you to download the module I sent to you, and I recommend you to print this area under the normal curve. Included na to sa module nyo, ha? It is advisable for you to print this area under the normal curve para mas madali nyong magamit later on sa mga post-tests natin and sa exams nyo na din. You may possibly use your Android phone or your laptop or personal desktop. Pero, mahirap kasing tignan eh. Kaya nakakaduling kapag gamit yung phone or your laptop or your computer. So it's better if you print this table, the table of areas under the normal curve. Maraming values yan. Okay? So what is this? How to interpret this table? This table provides the area between the mean and some z-score. So after you converted the raw score into the z-score, you can identify the area from the mean to that specific z-score. For example, our computed z-score is 1.45. Okay, 1.45. Just separate the ones and the tens digit and the hundreds digit pair. So basically that is 1.4 and 0.005. Okay, 1.4 and 0.005 for a z-score of 1.45. Yung 1.4 will be observed dun sa first column ng z natin. First column, 1.4 here. And the hundreds digit will be observed on our first row. First row, 0.005. All you have to do is to identify which cell sila magmi-meet. Okay, which cell or which box 1.4 and 0.005 will meet. And that is 0.4265. Okay, 0.4265. Meaning, this means to say that from the mean up to a score with 1.45 na z-score, ang area niyan is 0.4265. Okay, 0.4265. Now, let's try to use this with our computed z-score here. 1.56. And we may possibly determine this area, okay, from 165 to 170. Okay, so let's try 1.5, first column, and 0.006 sa first row. And which box these two intersect? Ayan. We have 0.4406. Okay, nakuha niya, 0.4406. So the area from 165 to 170 is 0.4406. And then that's it. Okay, we're done with our illustration. Okay, let me copy this in our solution. Okay. Next step. We're done with the conversion. We're done with the illustration. We can now solve for the area. Solve for the area. Area ng shaded region, ha? Area ng shaded region. And symbol that is area of CSA students denoted by X who are taller than 170 centimeters. This time, my question is, how do you think we could solve for this shaded region, knowing that this is 0.5 and this is 0.4406? Anyone? Yes, Hannah.
Kunin muna po yung portion ng unshaded po, tapos i-less po ng 1 para makuha yung percentage ng shaded part po. Since yung parehong side po is 0.5, pag pinagsama po yung dalawa, 1 naman po yung total po.
Kunin muna natin yung unshaded. This is my suggestion, Hannah, no? You can already set aside the half. Okay? Kumbaga, pwede na nating i-set aside yung kalahati. Ayan, kahit ganyan na muna. And we know that this is 0.5 and we already know that from the half of the distribution up to 170 is 0.4406. What we aim to solve is just this portion. So paano ngayon natin makukuha yung portion na to? Even without considering the other half, ha? Even without considering the other half. Anyone? Arcel.
0.5 minus 0.4406.
Okay, 0.5 minus 0.4406. So hindi mo na kailangan na kunin yung area nito at saka magbawas sa 1. Okay? Pero that is another way of solving, no? Tama pa rin naman yung solution ni Hannah. Pero this is shorter nga lang. Okay, this is shorter method. 0.5 minus 0.4406, and then you'll now have your area. 0.4406. 0.0594. 0594. Okay, you now have the area. And then, we are not up to the area kasi, no? We are up to the percentage. So we'll be converting this into percentage. Percentage. How is it? Just multiply. Okay, multiply lang natin ng 100% yung ating area. So that is 0.0594 times 100% is equal to 5.94%. Right? 5.94%. And then that's it. Right? That's it. And then lastly, just like before, just like in our problem solving, I want you to have your conclusion. I want you to present your answer in a complete statement. So conclusion. Conclusion. Thus 5.94% of CCA students are taller than gyro or than 170 centimeters. Or no matter how you present your conclusion, no, for as long as we have the same idea, we have the same percentage, and then we have the same side na hinahanap taller than 170 centimeters, then okay lang yan. Question.
None, sir.
Okay, you may want to take screenshot of this since kulang yung binigay ko example. No, there is no illustration. Screenshot. Are you done? Let's have more example. Example number 2. Number 2. Percentage pa rin. Percentage of CCA students. Percentage of CCA students taller than Milka. Okay. Taller than Milka. Okay. So what proportion of CCA students are actually taller than 158 centimeters or taller than Milka? Okay, first procedure, again, I need the z-score. The z-score of 158. Anyone? Carry on.
Negative 2.19 po.
Negative 2.19. Okay, since this is negative, we already know that this is below the mean. Okay, below the mean. Next illustration. Negative 2.19, no? So somewhere past or lower than negative 2. Pero close siya sa negative 2. So let's try to, let's approximate here. Okay, somewhere here. 158. Negative 2.19. So which side of 158 are we going to shade? Is it the right or the left side? Anyone? Right side
po.
or left side? Come again?
Left side po.
Left side? Is it left side?
Right side po.
Elisha? Why?
Since taller po yung hinahanap po.
Okay, we're looking for taller pa din. Okay, taller. Going back to our example here. Taller. Okay, and I just told you, no, when we say taller, that is that we meant greater. Kapag shorter yun, gagamit tayo ng i-shade natin yung left side. So take note, no, be very specific with your ang tawag dito, with your phrases like this. Kapag height, we could use taller, shorter, smaller, and something like some phrase like that. If we are pertaining to height or to weight naman, we may use heavier or lighter. Okay? Depende sa variable natin. Okay? Depende sa variable na involved. In this case, we are describing the height of CCA students. So either taller or shorter lang yan. So we'll be shading the right side. And if you have your areas under the normal curve, pakitignan na din yung area from 158 to 165 using the z-score 2.19. You may use the same table for positive or negative since again, the left and the right side are symmetrical. Okay, so we may use the same table of area regardless of the sign ng z-score nyo. Anyone? Are you looking for it? Ayan, sige.
0.4857 po.
4857. Tapusin ko lang shading dito. Ayan. 4857. So from 158 up to our mean is 0.48 4857. Tama ba, Hana?
Yes, sir.
Yun. 4857. Okay, that's it. We're done with our illustration. Next, your area. Please observe and differentiate your illustrations in number 1 and illustration in number 2. Ano yung difference nila and how do you think this time you could solve for the area? Yung area natin dito. Parehong taller ha? Parehong taller than. So this time, how do you think we could solve for the area? Anyone? And of course, why? Gyrel.
Add po, sir.
Why? Add natin ang alin. And why?
Add po yung 0.5, sir, pati po yung 0.4857.
Why?
Taller than po kasi yata, sir. Di po ako sure.
Oh, pareho namang taller than. Diba? Taller than din tayo kanina, 170. It's taller than 158. So they are both taller than. So what is their difference? Hana.
Kasi po kasama na din po yung isang half po. Logically speaking, mas madami po yung ngayon kaysa dun sa kanina po. Kaya plus 0.5 po.
That's it. So as you can see here, part of the half, only part of the half, yung na-shade natin. Okay? Just part of the half. We are just looking for part of the half. Maga. Pero dito, as you can see, half of the distribution is already shaded and part of the other half. So, ibig sabihin, meron na tayong kalahati. I-add na lang natin yung part na ito from that half. How did you get my point, guys? Nakuha? So, hindi ito yung reference nyo, no? You cannot refer from here. Kahit shorter or taller than yan, this won't be your reference deciding whether to subtract or add from 0.5. It's your illustration. So the more accurate your illustration is, the more accurate din yung solution nyo later on. Kaya very important yung illustration nyo. That's why I am requiring you to illustrate the problem in a normal curve. This would help you to solve for the area later on. Okay, so addition, we now have 0.98, right? 9857 by 0.9857 in percentage. That is equivalent to 98.57%. 98.57%. And then lastly, our conclusion, hence 98.57% of CCA students are taller than John Milka, or taller than 158 centimeters. Question.
None, sir.
And those were the two cases. So by now, alam na natin, no? When we are subtracting from, or we are adding 0.5 from or to our area. Those were two cases. Okay. Let's have more. More example, number 3. Number 3. This time I want the specific number of students. How many? How many CCA students are shorter than let's say 170 173 centimeters. I need the specific number of students who are shorter than 170 centimeters. Shorter than 170 centimeters. So first, the z-score. What is the z-score of 170? 3. Z-score?
2.5 po.
2.5 or 2.50. 50. Next illustration. So exactly between halfway through 2.00 and 3.00. So here, this is 173. 173. Which side are we going to shade? Is it the right or the left side of 173? Left or the right side?
Left side po.
Okay, the left side, since shorter na yung kailangan natin. So in symbol, We are looking for the number of CCA students who are shorter or whose height is less than 173 centimeters. Okay. Let me close this. Close ko din po. Wait lang. Ayan. Oops. C. Ayan. I want the z-square, the area from the mean from 165 to 173 using your table. This is 0 point. Using 2.5, ha? 2.5 and 0.00. What is the area?
0.4938.
4938. Okay, 4938. Then that's it. So we now have your illustration. You can now solve for the area. Area of x less than 173. Add or subtract from 0.5. What do you think? R or subtract? R to be. Plus or add or subtract?
Add.
Add. 0.4938. So that is 99. 0.9938. Right? Next, we don't need the percentage anymore. We need the specific number of CCA students. Let's say small letter n. To find n, we need to multiply the population, capital letter N, with our computed area here. Okay, the computed area. In this case, the CCA population based from our given is 2,540 CCA students. 2,540 times our area, 0.9938. Now, I have another instruction here. If we are dealing with people, okay, we have to round up our value. Round up means no matter how small or large your decimal point, we'll always to consider the next number, the next whole number. Okay, let's say for example here, using our calculator, 2540 times 0.9938. That is 2524.252. Again, let me repeat my statement a while ago. No matter how small or large our decimal point here, we'll always to consider the next. We will round up this value. Okay. So how many students are involved then? Or how many students are shorter? Anyone? 2,000? Arcel?
2,525.
Okay, 2,525. Mag-round up tayo. Students. Ayan. 2,525 students. Okay, and then lastly, our conclusion. Therefore, there are 2,525 CCA students shorter than nabal sa 173 centimeters. Okay. So out of 2,540, no? 2,525 of them are shorter than 173 centimeters. And the remaining are taller, of course, okay, than 173 centimeters. Okay, screenshot. That is your example number 3. And we're done with the case number 1 and case number 2.